Jeremy, post-Brexit, there's a lot of uncertainty. Is there a reason for businesses in Cheltenham to feel justified, as far as the economic climate is concerned?
Post-Brexit has clearly been a period of uncertainty for everybody. We've got plenty on the go in Cheltenham though. So the commercial scheme at Brewery 2 as we call it, the housing scheme at Regency Place, they're continuing as planned. In fairness though, I think we have to be fair that they actually were started long before the term Brexit was even coined. More importantly, post-Brexit, we've had some major new schemes come forward. There's 80,000 foot of new build office consented at Honeybourne Place. That's a really important shot in the arm for Cheltenham. That's an employment-based scheme, 300 to 500 new jobs. In addition, the John Lewis scheme, which if you listen to the room machine, you'd suspect was falling apart, actually it's on site. Midas Construction are in there constructing at the moment as we speak. Beyond that, there's actually even more good news, and that's West Cheltenham. West Cheltenham's a big, complex scheme, but it's very much about bringing forward a cyber business park for Cheltenham. We are very short of employment land, and this actually could answer our challenges. 45 hectares. For those who still work in old money, which is mostly surveyors in town, that's actually 108 acres. Probably the largest single release of employment land that we've seen for several decades.
And what is the strategy that underpins all this activity and this momentum?
Inevitably, it's complicated, as these things are when you link up both the private and public sector. There are, however, two key strategies that actually underpin the whole thing. The first is the Joint Core Strategy, a complicated, much quoted scheme relating to Cheltenham, Gloucester and Tewkesbury, the three councils trying to identify strategic allocations for housing and employment growth until 2031. So that gives an indication of how complicated it is. Allied to that is the Local Enterprise Partnership Strategic Economic Plan. Sorry, they're all full of acronyms, that's the SEP. And that is all about the ambition, particularly the M5 growth corridor. How do we deliver those high value, high growth jobs that are required for the county? How do we actually tackle that productivity gap that is often quoted? This is all about bringing forward new land and working together.
And how does the business community get involved in all these projects?
Okay, the schemes themselves are actually in various stages of development. So Northwest Cheltenham, for example, that could deliver several thousand houses and about 20 hectares of employment land, that's actually just been submitted for a planning application. West Cheltenham, which is the newer one, is actually 45 hectares I mentioned and further housing. That is actually in what we call pre-application stage at the moment. So very much a blank canvas. What we're looking for is the support that actually makes that happen. So at the moment we have a bid in to the Local Enterprise Partnership for long-term infrastructure, particularly the roads, Junction 11 and Arle Court. The County Council equally have submitted a bid, and again I'm afraid it's another acronym, it's the Department for Transport Large Local Major Scheme, and that will provide the feasibility money for Junction 10. So again, what many businesses are looking for is an always junction there. So all those things are working together at the moment, but if businesses want to connect with us, please contact either myself, any member of the task force, or of course their existing contacts through the chamber, and we're happy to talk through how our plans are moving forward. Obviously some of the details will be commercially sensitive, but the reality is we can engage with individuals and say, what is it that you need? And a lot of them are actually talking about growth for expansion, for new build, and actually the agglomeration economies that come from a cyber business park. And so we're very keen to actually engage with those parties.